Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to try and make a bit of progress on the Fiesta ST. I haven't got any keys for it yet, but there is some things we need to do before we can get to the point where we can attempt to start it, i.e. the engine mounts and the oil cooler. So I think the first step is going to be we need to pull this front end off to give us access to the front of the engine for a start for the oil cooler, and because it's all going to come off anyway, get rid of all the front panel, crash bar, bumper, and then we can see if there's any more issues, so that once we know it runs, we can get our lists together and we can proceed at a bit of pace with this car. So I've got a few bits already. I'll spin around though and we'll have another quick chat about it before we pull it apart, I think. So a bit limited on room today, I'm afraid. So we've got the transporter in, and it's on axle stands. I'm waiting for a part, so I can't move it. So, I mean, we can get by, but it's just, this is going to be a camera angle, I'm afraid, for now. So, yeah, going back to what we already know, obviously the engine mounts being knackered. I have got this piece at home ready. I'm just waiting, I think this piece is coming today. So I'm just waiting for that to turn up before I go home and get them. And we hopefully can get them in and get them in place so the engine's then sat back in the right place. That'll be good. But I have got a full rad pack here, intercooler, all the ducts and shields, everything. Front panel, crash bar, blah blah blah. And I've also got a full airbag kit back there. Seat belts are there. Yeah, so yeah, the main thing is find out if this runs, but like I said, we're going to concentrate on doing the bits and pieces we need to do before we can try it. So I think best thing is let's just get you on a stand and get this bumper off, have a good look. Fingers crossed we don't come across too much more other than what we already know, because yeah, there's a fair bit to do as it is anyway. But I'm quietly optimistic. I think, like I said, the only issue is going to be if we've got a non-running engine, but we've done all the checks we can. It turns over by hand. It's got nice clean oil in it and plenty of oil. So even if it was left running, I can't see any reason for it to be knackered. Simple as that. But yeah, other than getting some keys coded, which is happening. Today's Tuesday for me, and he's coming on Thursday. Obviously, I'm not sure when this video is going to come out yet, whether we'll wait until we got the keys or not, but we'll just see. We'll see how we get on. So yeah, I'll get you on a stand and let's just get cracking, get some parts off it, and see where we get. Ah, there we go, that wasn't all that difficult. First impressions, other than what we know, there's a few pipes, but I don't think it's that bad. So the chassis leg, like I said, I knew the bottom of that were bent round, I knew that, but that can be straightened up. I mean, it's not moved anywhere. The actual leg itself, it's very hard to tell. The plate might just be a little bit, yeah, perhaps the plate, that end plate is a little bit over one side, but the actual leg itself, I mean, we will find out when we put up the new one, when we put the replacement front panel up, won't we? What's going on there? But I'm not too concerned about that. The rest of it, like I said, we know about the oil cooler. We've got that coming. We've got, I mean, both aircon pipes are going to be wanting to be replaced. This one, that goes right up there because it's right bashed in there. But we need a new aircon pump anyway, so hopefully that comes with them. We need that water pipe. Is this like, that's a little, is that like a little electronic motor that circulates the water, I think? This side of the pipe seems to be fine, so yeah, we want that one. We want this coolant pipe, yeah? That one. This hard pipe, the bracket's broken off the gearbox there, so we're going to want one of them. Or is the air filter, oil cooler. Can't see anything else. I mean, the hit was here. Something looks fine. Yeah. I think everything else is fine. This side, there's no issues over here. All the airbox is intact, the washer bottle. There's a bit of wiring strip there, but I don't think the actual wiring itself is damaged. I mean, we can go through that. Spotlight bulbs. Where's this side one? That just wants pushing back together, that. There's something broke here. What's this go to? I don't know, have to figure that one out. That's should be over there, shouldn't it, like that? And I remember dropping that bolt, actually. Glad I saw that. So, yeah, I know it looks a mess. Looks a disaster. But, I mean, most of it's, like I said, just pipe work and stuff. There's no actual damage that I would say I'm worried about anywhere. So yeah, the headlights, they've just got the front tab snapped off at the front, like we saw. That goes to the front panel, so that's not a problem. Can fix them. Yeah, I think so far so good. We need to get this engine back onto its mounts, don't we? That's the key thing, 'cause at the minute it's just lopsided and all over the place. So I'll nip home. I'm hoping, like I said, both of them bits of engine mount have turned up. If not, we've at least got the one. That one we can be putting on. And that will then allow us to put all the timing covers back on, I think. Pretty sure. Cover all that back up. And yeah, so far so good. I'll nip home and see what I've got for us to continue with. Right, I'm back with one of the mountings. So this is the piece that bolts to the engine, and then the actual engine mount bolts to that and them two. So that's our old one, that's where it's broken off, and this is our replacement one, which has now got it. I've just wound these two studs in because they were in that one. Exactly the same part number. Yeah, shouldn't be any issues with that. And so we're going to bolt this in, and we know where it goes. It goes just under the cams onto like the side and front of the engine, and then on them holes on the side you bolt straight through the alternator into them and straight into the head there. So yeah, we might as well get that thrown on, because like I said, that then allows me to put the timing belt cover back on, and we'll be ready to put the other main engine mount on. It's just a shame it's not turned up yet. There's still a chance today, but worst case we might have to come back tomorrow to continue this video and finally get it set in place. Because like I said, it's a bit stuck here at the minute. But we can also take off the pipes that are broken on the front. Anyway, let's get this first engine mount bracket on and get this side tidied up a little bit. Right, we've got about as far as we can get now until this other bit of engine mount comes. Sorry it's a little bit noisy, it's a bit windy today, so the roller shutter doors chattering a bit. But yeah, we've got the cam cover back on. I've taken off the, I keep getting confused with this, aircon pump. I've taken off the aircon pump, pipe work, I've taken off the oil cooler and the oil filter, and anything else that was broken-ish. There is two other things I've seen. This intake pipe has come off big hole in it, so I need to get a new one of them, and like, we already know this one is broken off, but there is nothing else in here. Luckily there's no damage, like I said, to the engine itself. Everything's just been a bolt off item that's been damaged, so we've been really lucky. I think maybe when we get some pressure into the coolant system we might find the odd leak, but at the moment I can't find anything else. Yeah, so I don't know. I think, yeah, we're at that point now where we need the keys. Obviously I need to put the oil cooler on, oil filter. I just screwed that back in, it's just loose, just so I remembered. And obviously the engine mount. So the parts that are damaged, we've got the aircon pump, both aircon lines. This is radiator hose, and then coolant hose to the oil cooler. Then obviously the oil cooler. So yeah, I think now I'll come back in this video and we'll get the engine mount on, get everything back up to the point where we should be able to run it, and then fingers crossed, be a shame if it turns out to be a failure. It really will. But we're not going to know unless we try, and we've done everything we can to make sure that the only option is to try keys. Simple as that. So yeah, I'll be back with you as soon as possible with the rest of the engine mount, and we'll continue. Right, we're now on the next day, and yes, luckily we are good to go. Replacement engine mount has turned up. That is that. Bear in mind that's our old one. You see there's quite a bit missing, isn't there? There. I think we need that bolt out. So we got the engine mount. We've got the oil cooler. Looks a lot better than our old one. So we can get that on. I got an oil filter as well, because we need it obviously for when we start it up. So yeah, that's going to be able to get us done and ready for the Keyman, which for me is tomorrow, but obviously the videos do come out a bit later for you lot. So I think we're just going to get the camera on and get this engine mount on, get it sat in. Alright, after much faffing about, I finally managed to get this engine in place. It was just fighting me. This driver's side engine mount was just fighting and fighting and fighting. There was something, you know, holding the engine, and I figured out what it was. When the engine's been hit, it's gone back, and it's bent the cat against the bulkhead. I'll show you. This is the cat. Flip it over. You see that there? That ridge? It's hit somewhere on here and bent it down, until the flexi and the end of the cap there was catching on the anti-roll bar. So on there, on that anti-roll bar there, you can't see, it's dark. Let's torch. Yeah, on torch. So it was stopping the bottom of the engine. See it there, that mark on the anti-roll bar? It was stopping the bottom of the engine rolling outwards, rolling forwards, and making the engine at a bit of a cockeyed angle. So yeah, we're going to need to replace that. So now the engine's all in place, we're ready really for the key man to come. So basically the key man's coming tomorrow, so I think we'll leave it there. I'll tell you what, I'll just say actually, where is it? I have found some more damage. Now obviously we've got the drive shaft I have to do something with, but if you look at the subframe there, let's grab the torch again. The drive shaft has hit the subframe and bent the subframe pretty bad. You see it better there? I don't know if you can or not. So I'm going to get a subframe for it, and obviously we've got the steering rack as well, haven't we, to change. So the subframe would have to come down regardless to change the steering rack. So I might as well get a subframe. Well, I've got to. It's bent, and we'll throw a subframe up as well. So yeah, I think we'll leave it there. I'll put up another video. Basically, when the key man's been, we'll do another video. Fingers crossed. We have a runner, but like I said, there's no reason why not. It turns over by hand. It had oil in it. We've done now everything that we need to do to be able to try and start it. So yeah. So there we go. Come a long way already. Yeah, so I think that's going to be the end of this video. As always, thank you very much for watching. There's a lot going on with this car, a lot of damage I didn't consider, but parts for these cars are very cheap. Other than the front bumper, everything's very cheap for these cars, so I'm not worried at all. We paid, I think, very little for it anyway, so I still think there's going to be plenty of money in it, but I hope you're enjoying it. Quite a challenge. So yeah, thank you for watching, massively appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this content, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.